Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas day number 13. Yes, we have today another special guest, and he's actually not new to the community because he has always been here from the start, right? So our guest again is always here to support not just me but most of us. He's been around for quite a while. And we have also been in his show as a guest several times. He is super fun in terms of content and himself as well. Right? So if you have not visited him, I hope that you do so after this show. Okay, our guest is none other than Roy of Tech Troublemaker. He is not really a troublemaker, but he helps us figure out troubles or things that may, be difficult for you or sometimes may cause you trouble in terms of tech. So the way he does his show is super amazing. And so without further ado, let's welcome back on Mommy Guide Inc. Roy Richardson of Tech Troublemaker. Hi, Roy.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, everybody. Hey.
And I super love your
I was going to say, it
hat.
depends who you ask is whether I'm a troublemaker or not. Yeah, so there's Santa Claus. Hey.
That is super fun. When I saw Roy come in, I was like, my regular stuff. And then I said, oh, yes, it's Christmas special. We need to have Christmas stuff. So thank you, Roy, again for coming in. I know it's quite late for you and you have work tomorrow. So thank you for coming in today. Of course, we cannot
Yes.
let you not be here, okay, for Vlogmas. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, Roy,
Thank you
the
for
last
inviting
time you
me.
were here, we talked about redirect, right? How to do a
Yes.
redirect. And then we also asked you to create cards, right? We also asked you to craft along with us. But we never really had that time to actually get to know more about your channel, right? Tech Troublemaker himself, right? So let's talk more about your content and your channel for today. Is that okay? All right.
Sure. I love
Okay.
talking about myself. I'm very egotistical.
Okay, right. About Tech Troublemaker. Why Tech Troublemaker? Why the name?
Well, there was a lot of Roy Richardsons out there on YouTube, and one of them was a jazz musician. And I said, I don't want to do anything that's going to cause somebody looking for him to find me because he's a really great musician. So I didn't want to steal any of his thunder and have somebody looking for him and finding me by mistake. So I don't know why, but the name popped in my head, Tech Troublemaker, and it's kind of kind of ironic, and then also, I I do have a problem of getting in trouble at times. I'm very much I can get forgiveness easier than I can permission. So I will do whatever it takes to get things done, and so I can cause trouble, but I love that name, and it's a lot of people tell me, hey, I really like your name, so I just have to make amazing content to get them to want to come see what kind of trouble I'm causing. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. So actually, that's probably one of the many reasons why others also come up with their own name, right? There's so many sometimes similar
Yeah.
names, right? And as you said, actually fits you. Now everybody knows Roy more as Tech Troublemaker rather than Roy, right? So it's now Mr.
I
Tech
yeah.
Troublemaker.
I don't even introduce myself as Roy. I just go with Tech Troublemaker. So,
Tech
and
Troublemaker.
if at long game, I do hope to brand it and kind of build kind of a community, continue to build a community around it. Then
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be the face for it forever. So maybe somebody else, and whatever I decide to do later, just like your kids might take over your show one day. You just never know what you want to do. But I know they're on your
Correct.
show helping all the time. But you know, it's what am I going to do next? And yeah, so I just kind of want to plan out what I'm gonna do later. So,
All right. So you came up with Tech Troublemaker, and when did you actually start your channel, Roy?
well, let's see. Really, I started my channel in 2010,
Oh,
but
very
so
similar.
I was teaching at a local technical college, and so I would post my videos there because at the time the school I was teaching at didn't really have a place for me to host any videos, and so I would do tutorials for my students. So if you go look at my channel, you see lots of videos. They start off with CPT this and that type of thing.
Mhm.
So that was for my college classes. So I just kept adding to it. And I've been collecting gear for a long time, with the intent of going live and doing videos on YouTube. And so, but I just spent so much time collecting gear that I didn't bother to actually post content. I thought I had to be perfect. I have to be perfect. And it's
You
not
know, Roy,
possible. So
we
Lita,
actually started the same. I actually
yeah,
conceptualized this way back in 2009, started in 2010, but just started. Like
yeah,
you, just got the gears.
yeah.
But at least you had the videos, right? You started with the videos. So when did you
I did start with
actually,
this.
start, doing content consistently?
April of 2021. So I did the Lita challenge, just like you've done, live every day
Mm-hmm.
in April. It was a challenge where you go on Facebook, and your guest chat on yesterday, Everyday Tech. I did not know him. I never met him. So I actually subscribed to his channel today. Um, anyway, so like you talked about, Lita, we did that
Mm-hmm.
challenge. You're in a private Facebook group and you're posting videos every day. Every day it's a new challenge. I hated the cell phone challenges the most, um, but I decided then I was going to go live every week on Tuesday. So I go live every Tuesday. I'm in the Eastern time zone in the United States. So
That's
9
Wednesday for
p.m.
us.
Eastern on Tuesday. So that'd be Wednesday
Wednesday
in the
is 10 a.m.
Philippines.
for us.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah. And originally I was doing tech news. And then I really realized that wasn't really evergreen content. And really what I'm good at is doing tutorials. And then I'm really committed to content creation, and I started taking courses and reading books. I'm a researcher. I like to dig in, find all the details about something, and then I want to go and explain it to somebody else. Here's what I've learned, and here's how I've seen that you implement that. And so that right now it appears that my niche is creating content to help other content creators. So, with the focus right now on creating content for YouTube, there's so many amazing new developments happening on YouTube. I'm really excited about YouTube, and I'm just enjoying the journey. So it's a lot of fun.
Exactly. So actually, when you talk about tutorials, he is really good at it, guys. So you can head on to his channel and look at his playlist. Remember, Roy, I told you I've been wanting to do podcasts, guys, for the longest time,
Yeah.
but I wasn't able to do so because I am like the person who needs you need to tell me step by step exactly how to do it. And Roy did one episode where he actually, step by step did it. And because of that, Roy, I actually started my podcast. And another episode of his about redirect, right? Said, Roy, I want to
Yeah.
do that. Right, so together with Luria Petrucci, they did the redirect when it was, first release, and then we invited him
Yeah.
over. So right, so he is a really good teacher. As he said, he started out as a teacher, putting out videos out there. And so Roy, you're actually very good at creating tutorials. Okay, because
Huh.
really I am a living, breathing example of someone that your channel actually has helped. Imagine, I now have a podcast thanks to you. Okay, I've watched so many other, videos on YouTube, but the way you did it was like step by step, and it was
Yeah.
live. And so I was able to, work alongside you, and I was able to create it, right? So, Roy, let's read some of the comments. And then here's Tina. Our dear Tina saying hi to you. Hello, Roy. Yes, and pretty soon you will also find Tina, right? In
I
Roy's
know.
channel soon. And we
Yep.
have David. Hi, Lala and Roy. Hi, David. Good evening to you.
David.
Oh,
Hey.
driving at the moment to the suburb. So listening in so long as internet permits. Yes, Tina has found this way that she can actually talk, and then her phone changes into a message.
Yeah. I love
So
Siri.
now, yes, so she's very intelligent. So now she doesn't, she can drive while, listening. And then she has a question. What's that mic that has twinkling lights? She's referring to your
Oh
awesome
yeah.
mic, Roy.
Yeah, this is the Shure MV7. I love this mic. It's not the SM7B that everybody says, every podcaster thinks is required by law. This is a USB and XLR based mic, and the software that comes with it is great. I really enjoy it. So
Yes, it
it's what
really
gives me my deep voice. My voice is actually about 14 octaves higher. I sound like I'm an elf. So I have to have the software on the mic to make me sound like I
Oh,
have
it
a
comes with the
human voice.
software. That one.
It
No.
does. It has great software. So
Okay. Roy, I'm very gullible. No. So you have to you have to tell me. I will believe. See,
yeah, I
it's
have a
just so much.
chipmunk voice, and the software fixes that. So
All right. Yes, Tina already has a very awesome mic, and her voice is also awesome. She's perfect for podcasts, right? But she
yeah,
hasn't started her podcast. But I know that that is also one of her plans moving forward, because she has a really, really nice, voice. So it's a
yeah.
SMV7.
MV7, MV7, sure
S
MV7. Yeah,
Sure, not SM.
here
Sure
in the states.
MV7. Okay.
Yeah, here in the states, it's about $250 unless you can find it on sale for about $230.
Not bad. Not bad,
Yeah,
because they're very similar. I think a Rode would be almost the same
yeah.
price level here for the one that's for podcasts. Okay,
Yeah.
ayan. Hi,
I was just
Samantha. And rewind. Hi, Miss Marlene. Thank you, Marlene W. Thanks so much for supporting me and everybody in the community. Right? She is always there. Thank you so much. And Miss Mary, mega love shout out po. Salamat. All right. So now you've transitioned from, although Roy, I was one of those who really liked the way you were doing things before. I like that, I don't know, old school. When you start your show, you start with the tech news, and then there's
yeah.
PowerPoints, like how to do it, right? Of course, you also transition from that to something else. And as you said, it's doing better, right?
Yeah,
So
well, you got to grow with YouTube. When YouTube changes, you got to pivot. So
exactly. So what were the challenges, okay, you encountered? Maybe they think, oh, a tech channel is easy because there's not much challenge. There's so many things to talk about. But I don't think so, right? You also did have, challenges. And then what were the solutions that you found, okay,
yeah.
for these challenges?
Well, I started off with just a Logitech C920 camera, and I had a Blue Yeti because I started a podcast long before in 2017. I started a podcast, and that ran for about 2 years, and then I took a long break without telling anybody, including myself. And then in 2021, when I started up the live stream, I also started a podcast. And when I first started, it was totally separate. I would do totally separate for the podcast, and then I had an epiphany and said, you know what? I'm gonna do the live stream, and then I'm gonna take the audio from that and make it into the podcast. And then, strangely, lots of people were thinking about doing that. So now it's pretty much everybody says go video first on podcast. But um, the challenges for me, I've gone through a lot of challenges with lighting and sound because I was a newbie, and I have learned a lot. Also, challenges like, for example, a 5-minute countdown. I can't dance, so that was a really challenge for me. Nobody wanted to watch me 5 minutes of just standing there. But the problem with tech news is it's not evergreen. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you about this amazing iPhone, and then 6 months later, there's a new iPhone, and that video where I talked about, hey, let me tell you about the new iPhone 13. It's not interesting anymore. Nobody cares about the 13 anymore because the 14's out. So I really wanted to pivot toward evergreen content, and
Mm-hmm.
tutorials are very evergreen. And then the other part is I don't do a countdown timer anymore. I just kick right into the content immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And that, kind of, I see your daughter's like, I have trouble dancing for just a minute.
That's my daughter.
So, yeah, I just can't dance at all. So it's not the time, it's the skill.
Exactly.
I'm missing the skill. So, I mean, I can only dab so many times. Dab, dab. Anyway, it's, who wants to watch that for 5 minutes? Um,
Exactly. So
but
I
so
I'm
that
also
was the
thinking of
process.
redoing that one. I just don't know what to put beside, because I don't know how to do edit. I'm still struggling with that one. So
Yeah.
just like you and
Well,
I, so guys, you can see that Roy, just like me, okay, although he's already doing tech, also had difficulties or challenges along the way in starting up and growing his channel. Because Roy, in our community, specifically, the crafting and arts community where I am part of, there are a lot of people who actually want to start their own content creation journey, but are afraid of, like, the things that we've mentioned, or that you've mentioned about, lights and all of this tech. But
got a phone.
guys, you can, the thing is, you need to start, and then so that you see, is it really a challenge for you? Maybe it's not, right? So maybe it is something else. But
Yeah.
as you move along, then you'll learn from it, and then it's actually great that, as I said, at this age, I'm still learning, right? So learning
Yeah.
is something that's awesome and keeps us young, right? So as Roy said, so Tech Troublemaker now has transitioned from just basically tech news to evergreen content. When you say evergreen, maybe people do not know what's evergreen. Okay. So it's like
Sure.
evergreen. Okay, Roy, maybe you can explain to them what, like, evergreen means.
I can. So,
Okay.
for example, if I do a how-to video on how to use a piece of software I use an app that's on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
then people, when they go and do a search for it, can go and find videos that have a similar topic, and then they can pick my video and watch it. And so, depending on the application I do, that video is still valid for a couple or maybe a long time. Um, for example, I have multiple videos where I'm using Parallels, which is a virtualization software that will let me run Windows on my M1 Mac.
Mm-hmm.
That video, one of my Parallels videos, has 17,000 views. So people
Wow.
keep watching that video. So I'm like, wow. And so it's evergreen. I did that video over a year ago, and it's still one of my top videos on my channel. So I'm really excited about it. Then I have another similar video that I did 9 months ago, and
Mm-hmm.
that one's doing really well also, because people are looking for things, search terms, and there's a video about it, and that video stands the test of time for at least 3 or 4, potentially even 5 years, depending on what the topic is. And so that is evergreen. It's
Mhm.
not like when I was talking about the iPhone 13 came out today. It didn't, by the way, but that video is gonna be old really quick, and so it gets
Mhm.
stale on the vine, and nobody wants it anymore. So, yeah,
Yeah, so that's why I've been also asking the community that actually in terms of the way we do stuff, a lot of it are could be evergreen content. Like how do you use, this technique? The technique will
yeah,
always be there, right? So the content is kind of evergreen, right? So that's why I said continue to just or start doing,
yep,
the content. So there you go. So as we can see a living, breathing example on what Roy has said. He had this video a year ago, and it's still one of the top
yeah.
videos on his channel, right? And so Roy, when you pivoted, all right, so you started doing tutorials. You also do this new segment of yours that's once a month. That is really super exciting. So can you tell us more about this new segment of yours that's once a month?
Yes, so once a month, I do what's called the Content Creators Meetup, and I reach out to several content creators that I've either met or are friends with or have gotten in contact with, and I ask them to be on my show. I do 5 guests. That's a fun game, having 5 at one time, but, I'm making it work, and we talk about, first of all, introduce themselves, what are they
Mm-hmm.
working on, what pain points have they had, and how did they solve them. Sometimes we talk through a problem right there with the group. Somebody else had that same problem, and here's what they did to fix it. So I think that's very educational for content creators. And then we close out with people talking about what's next. What are they doing
Mm-hmm.
next? It's the December one. I was really excited because 2023 is coming around here, and so everybody was on the show, kind of talking about what they're doing next. Some are doing businesses, incorporating themselves, and really trying to focus and turn their content creation journey into a
Mm-hmm.
business. Others were just going to pivot or do more content. And so a lot of fun. In January, I'm doing an international edition. So I have several friends in the UK and also in the Philippines. Tina,
Yes.
anyway, Tina Wankanobi, yeah, is
Yes,
going to
we're
be on
so
the show.
excited for that.
Uh,
Yes.
Also, Ash Borland, who is huge in the podcasting space,
Mm-hmm.
um, and is just growing very quickly on YouTube and doing a similar record his podcast on YouTube and then turn into audio. And he is really good at marketing and stuff. So that's gonna be a very interesting conversation. I've got some others as well. Marcus, our friend Marcus, is going to be on there,
Ooh.
and Xanthi is going to be on there as well. So it's going to be, and also Paul Weber is going to be on
Is
the
this
show.
gonna
So
be in
it's
the
going to be
first week of January?
it is
Second.
January 14th.
Oh,
January
second week.
14th. It's going to be on a Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern, which in the UK is 2 p.m.
10
I
p.m. for
didn't think
us.
about, yeah, I didn't think about the time change. So, Tina, I'm sorry. I hope
Oh
I
no,
think
it's
she's a
okay.
night owl anyway.
It's
I
okay.
think
It's
she's a
okay.
night
It's
owl.
perfect. Okay. So
But
that's
yeah,
gonna be something to look forward to, right? In January.
yeah.
Excuse me. Suddenly I have what do you call that, dry throat. Hold on,
Thank God.
Roy. Okay, can I put you on focus first? Maybe talk to them and tell them about this.
Yes. Oh, so tomorrow night, or later today if you're in the Philippines, um, I'm going to have a Tech Troublemaker Christmas special, and just going to have some guests and going to talk about our favorite Christmas movies, our favorite Christmas music, and we'll have some Christmas trivia we'll all play. There will be prizes, at least for my folks stateside. I might could figure out a creative way to give anybody international audiences a prize, but we'll have some prizes I'll be giving away. And so, yeah, come watch the show. It'll be a lot of fun. I am just a huge fan of Christmas. And so, tomorrow night is just a chance to celebrate. Last year, I did Vlogmas, but unlike Lala, who is crafty and can do great crafts that make sense at Christmas and other times as well, I didn't focus on doing tech last time I did you'll vlog or Vlogmas, so it didn't work out too good for me. As far as January, because January came and my channel is all filled with Christmas videos. So yeah, so you got to stick with your niche, and I should have done tech videos all the days in Vlogmas, and I didn't. I just did crazy Christmas content, and that was a lot of fun. Like proving Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is, by the way.
Yes, that was one episode I really, really loved. When you proved that Die Hard was a Christmas theme movie, right? I remember that
I
one.
think I've frozen. I don't know what happened. Hello,
Oh yeah, you
I'm
did.
frozen. Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
Okay, so
I'll
now
shake on my
it's
side. Ah,
okay. Now it's
ah.
Roy's turn. Okay, I think maybe. Okay, hold on. We're trying to bring back Roy, unfrozen Roy. Let me see. Oh, I think it's on my side.
Oh,
Why
I'll keep
is it
changing
like?
expressions.
Okay, hold on. There you go. Okay, hello, Roy. Okay, let me see. Me first. Okay, while we try. Roy, can you go out and in again? Let's try. So yes, okay. So Roy was telling us about tech, but he will probably have. Okay, there you go. Okay, impute some Christmas theme, but not like what he did last year. So actually, this year, Roy, I was contemplating also, will I do Vlogmas again? Okay,
Yeah.
because last year, really, what happened to Roy happened to me as well. Come January, my analytics really went down because I wasn't doing everyday lives anymore. So the algorithm somehow viewed that as, oh, you're not doing as well as you were doing the previous month or so. But then I said, but I really love Vlogmas. So I said, I will do this no matter what, just because. I don't care. All right. So that's why I'm actually doing it. Of course, as I said, right, I really want to push through with doing podcasts, and I'm gonna try and repurpose some of the contents that I actually have for Vlogmas onto my podcast. So again, that's
Yeah.
your tomorrow is your special Christmas edition, right?
Yes.
Just chill.
Yep.
Okay. So we've mentioned about the new changes or the changes, just some. Okay, there are many more coming in 2023, right? So but
Oh yeah.
many changes
Right.
have already started in
Yes.
Roy's channel this year, and as he continues to adapt as well to the many changes in his main platform, which is YouTube, of course.
Yep.
He will take us along the ride as how, the many things about tech that we might find difficult, he will try to help us with. I actually already mentioned a possible topic for him before we went
Yep.
live. Roy, if you can talk about this topic in the future, I would really, really be super appreciative of it. Okay, there you go. And Miss Wims, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you have questions, just put them on the chat. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Indeed, David. I was like,
That's right,
huh?
David.
Really? And then he talked about that. So if you want to know, go back to, his Vlogmas last year. It's there. And maybe he's going to
I'm gonna
talk
talk about it
about
tomorrow
it
night too. But yeah, and then
tomorrow night.
I did an episode with Todd Christmas Clatter also about it. So yeah, we
Yes.
talked about Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Yes,
Um,
Christmas Clatter Todd is another friend of ours. He's really great. You could also try visit his channel.
it's really awesome.
So now 2023, Roy, as we said, is just around the corner, and with the so many tech stuff that has been introduced, whether you're a content
Yep.
creator or just a regular Jane or Joe, right? So what do you think are 5 advice that you can give us in keeping our tech journey trouble free, right? And not
Well,
causes a
yeah.
trouble.
That's so probably the biggest thing really you can do is just keep your computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC, up to date. I would recommend an antivirus. I used to not recommend antivirus on McAfee. On Macs, but I do now. But just anything you can do to protect your computer and keep it up to date. There are just so many hackers now that are trying so hard to do malware and phishing attacks on your computers. Be very diligent in the emails you get. So since your computer is your content creation machine, you need to do everything you can to preserve it so it's ready to go forward when you want to do something. So definitely keep your software up to date. Definitely run Windows updates or do Mac updates and keep, those are the big things. Those are the things that I really recommend. I made some notes in case I forgot everything. So I was just trying to think of all the cool things, but yeah, that would be the main thing. I'm just excited about the changes that are coming to YouTube next year, and I think people need to ramp up and get ready to take advantage of that. So
Exactly. So we're excited
one,
as you talk about more
yeah,
of those changes and how we can get prepared. But this one is very nice. Right, can I request another content for the future? If you can
yes, you
like
can. Yes, you
tell
may
us
always.
like not, I know you did something similar, but maybe just an updated version or about how to you mentioned about keeping our email safe and about cleaning, decluttering. How do you actually manage? I have like 20 plus thousand mails unread. So it's like, how do you actually, clean up your email, make it, robust and so easy to navigate? Maybe if you have something, I would. It's like it's a overtake. It
Yeah,
has gone too big. It's like I don't know where to start. How do I do
yeah,
this? Maybe there's a faster way of just delete everything that you don't want. So maybe in the
yeah.
future, I know you did something similar
I
earlier
did. Yeah, I
on.
did a video back in
Yes.
January with Coulter Reed where we talked about
Yes.
organizing your mailbox. But I will probably do an updated version of that. I may even see if Coulter wants to come back on because he just
Yes,
does such a
since it's
good job.
January also, one of the things we like doing for January is start fresh, start
Yes,
clean. So we also need to include our tech or gadgets alongside with us, alongside
it's
with those, right?
back up everything. If you're not backing up your computer either
Oh
to an
yes,
external
backup.
drive or the cloud, I'd recommend both actually because if you're paranoid, I would back up to an external drive and then unplug it and then back it up to the cloud as well. So you have your data in two places in case anything should happen because you can replace the computer, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't replace your data. You can't replace your photos. You can't replace your video. So yeah,
Yes. So here, David is agreeing with me. Oh, he has more than me. He has 20,000. I think I have 25,000, David. It's like, oh my goodness, how to do this? It's like, and Tina
yeah,
has been telling me this also for the longest time. Tina at least has her really she's very organized. And I'm
yeah,
like the total opposite. So, and then but she says, I also need that too, right? So we need to
yeah,
learn. It's not just decluttering the things around us, but
yeah.
unknowns to us, we have a lot of digital stuff that we also need to organize. And
Oh
as
yeah,
Roy said, okay, that's something that we can also look forward to 2023. All right, so it's
yep.
not yet goodbye, Roy. It's almost, but I prepared something for you today. I didn't tell you about this. Guys, if you
Okay.
have not been in Roy's channel for a while, or this is your first time to have actually met Roy Richardson of Tech Troublemaker, there is one segment of his in the past, okay, that we really love so much, and that's the lightning round. He calls it the lightning round, right? So he asks these questions, doesn't matter what it is, anything and everything under the sun, fast, okay, and then you have to answer. So we're gonna do a turnaround, and this time do that to him, right? Because he's the host. He's never gone through the lightning round, but we call it this time, Roy, the beat the clock challenge for you.
That beat the
All right? So that's beat the clock challenge for you. So in a minute, Roy, let's do this. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, Roy. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Daytime or nighttime?
I'm a morning person. I was a nighttime, but now I'm morning.
Morning. Chocolates or roses?
Chocolates.
Christmas or Halloween?
Yeah, roses don't taste very good. Christmas.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Summer or winter?
Summer, though it's really hot
Pasta
here.
or pizza?
Pizza. Lots of pizza.
Lights out or lights off?
I'm lights off. Yeah.
Live stream or edited video?
Live stream.
Canon or Sony?
Sony.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Sing or dance?
Sing.
Disney or Marvel?
Ooh, that's tough because Disney owns Marvel, but probably Marvel.
Okay, so that's the end of the 1 minute. So there you have your own share of lightning round, Roy. And Tina was saying, lights on or lights off, Roy?
I
Your
like lights
questions are
off.
too wholesome, Tina said.
I'm a dark person. You can't tell, but I'm a dark person. So, but you can have
Thank
lighting
God
for
I'm not a
videos.
host. Tina said. Or I really tried to make all the questions really wholesome, right? Yes, that was one. Yes, imagine. Okay, so Roy did many episodes on this, and he took out the lightning round and created some shorter videos, or not really shorts but short videos. So if you want to see my lightning round, okay, with Roy when I was there, it's also on his channel. Remember,
Yeah.
his channel, guys, is Tech Troublemaker. And if
Oh, I lost myself or you. I don't know who. Oh, we're back. I hear music.
okay,
It went a little crazy there for a minute.
oh really? Oh, I
Yeah.
think it's my, I think it says here I'm using, it's stuttering from 70, it became 86, 93, 80. What is happening? It's like GPU. Is this the, I can see it. It's like, it's like going haywire. I don't know why. From 83 down to 90, and then that's why I think you froze a bit. There's
Okay.
nothing
I thought
special really happening.
I
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
me. I thought maybe it's my personality.
No, no, no. I think it's me because my GPU, my monitor says it's I'm going up to 80s, 90s sometimes, and now it's back to
Hmm.
60. So I don't know, Roy, what's happening. Again, maybe I
Yeah.
need to clean my computer.
Need to see what you got running, and if you got any applications you don't need, delete them.
Yes.
Make them
Maybe
go.
maybe some applications are running in the background that I do not know of. Right? So there
Right.
you go. So okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Roy, and everybody
All
in
right.
the chat. I know this is not the usual time that I go live, but you guys are always still here. Thank you so much, Roy. I know it's late for you. It's time to go to bed. Okay, but I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be in the chat at 10 a.m. Philippine time. Guys, let's see each other there in the chat tomorrow. With that, thank you so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another Vlogmas Day 14. It's Crafty Nights tomorrow for Vlogmas.
Bye.
Thank you, Roy.
See ya.
Bye.
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 All right, thank you so much again for joining us for another Vlogmas Day 13. See you again tomorrow. Bye.